Okay, so since the swords got reworked with update 20, let's do an updated sword tier list. So these are the swords here. Any swords that you don't see means that you should not even use it in the first place. Alright, so let's start off with Vicento. I'm gonna put it in piss tier. Like, even with the rework, I feel like the combos are not there. The damage is not there. I honestly don't even know how to use this sword. And I feel like the old one was better. I think that's what I don't like about it. The Z move is that it splits into 3 now instead of just all going into 1. I mean, if anybody else thinks otherwise, let me know in the comments. Next is Buddy Sword. I will put Buddy at B. Some people can argue that it's an A tier, but I'm gonna leave it at B. Probably like middle tier B. Besides this sword being really underused, I feel like it's hard to use as well since it's all skill shots. But the damage is definitely there though. So yeah, I feel good in putting it in B tier. Next is Cavender. I will put it above Buddy Sword. But then just in my opinion, I put it in B tier. But don't get me wrong though, this sword is really good. This sword also has a blind too, like when you hit it with this move I think. The enemy screen turns purple and all. But the main thing I don't like about this sword is the end lag. So like check this out, right? You see that? You see how slow it is? From Z to X, it's a lot faster, but from X to Z, which is usually what you would do, it's super slow. See that? And that was me spamming the Z move. So yeah, I feel like B tier is fair. Okay, so Pipe. I would like to put in C tier, but then it did get a pretty huge rework. But then just to be safe from getting flamed in the comments, I'll put it in low B tier. I mean the combos are definitely there. But it's just like a weaker version of Rengoku. Like the moves are pretty much the same as well. Right? You burn them. Like it's just the same as Rengoku but weaker really. So yeah, I am comfortable putting it in low B tier. Chris Katana, you already know where it's going. S tier, it's so broken. With God Human, like you have infinite combos. I don't know how many times I say this, but you have infinite combos. Next is Dark Blade. Some people will put it in B tier, maybe even C tier. But I like Dark Blade. I'm a little biased. I'll put it in middle A tier. I think the reason why people don't really like this sword is one, it costs Robux to get. And then the combos, there are definitely combos for this sword. But then most of it, you just start with your Z move. You know, just do something like this. Which I terribly missed. But then the combos are kind of the same. And it does take quite a bit of skills to use, so. Alright, so for Dark Dagger, I'm gonna put it above Dark Blade. Just because one, you can get this dagger for free. And its combos are way better, faster, and harder to dodge than Dark Blade. But then I would say Dark Blade is a little easier to use. Since daggers hitbox are pretty small. But then like check this combo out right here. Hey, that combo is pretty crazy, right? Next we have Dragon Trident. I've heard people say this sword is really good now. I don't use it, so I don't know. But just to be safe, I will put it in S tier just because people say it's really good. And I do see people use it quite a bit. But just from the look of it, I think it is pretty good. Like, and the AoE is pretty crazy. And if I'm not wrong, like this X move also pulls you in as well. For a longsword, I'll put it in C tier. Just not enough people use it. And I feel like this sword is pretty slow. Just that little jumping thing, I don't really like that jumping thing. Like if the X move was a dash instead, and it does that little stun, this sword will be in like low or high 8 B tier. Alright, so Gravity Cane. This sword is probably my favorite rework of this whole update. And I'm gonna put it above Dragon Trident. Let me show you guys. Look at this distance, okay? My Z move. And it breaks Ken as well. Like I think both of these break Ken. Like this move as well. The combos with Sanguine Art is crazy. God Human is crazy as well. And it's really easy to use because the distance and the AoE of this is massive. It's just, it's my favorite sword this update. I'm probably going to use this setup for a while. Alright, Hollow Scythe. I'll put it in high C tier. I guess it's just too underused for me. You know what? Actually, I'll put it in low B tier above Pipe. Just solely off the fact that the M1s are really fast. The fastest sword M1s there is. Alright, so for Jit, honestly, I would put it in... I'll put it in high piss tier. How about that? Because I feel like the only good thing about this sword is the X move, which is a non-charging dash. So you can just click on it and you dash really far away. You teleport more like. Next is Coco. I'll put Coco on high C tier. I know I will get a little bit of hate on this. But in my opinion, if you are not a control user, you should not even use this sword at all. Because this sword is just like 200% better if you are a control user. Like the range is further. I don't know if the damage is more. So yeah, if you're not a control user, I don't think this sword should be viable for you at all. And also the thing is that this sword is not even the best sword to use with control. Alright, Midnight Blade. This sword is also another crazy rework. I love this sword so much. I will put it above Dragon Trident. Again, I'm only putting these above Dragon Trident because I have not used Dragon Trident yet. Check this out. Bro. Like, I love it. Other things. No, it's actually like Dark Dagger. Pole. Honestly, I'll put it behind Dark Blade. Dark Blade and Dark Dagger will be in the middle of A tier for this whole entire list. So yeah, I'll put it behind. The sword is really good. It has like stuns and all that stuff. And the damage is pretty good. But I feel like it's made to be used with Rumble more. Yeah, I think it's safe to put this sword here. Rengoku. This new update of Rengoku is actually really good. I will put it above Dark Dagger. This sword has definitely improved. And you can even argue that it's like at least S tier. I think it does less damage now though. I remember the old Rengoku doing like 11,000. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm comfortable with putting it in A tier. Okay, for Saber, I will also put it in high A tier, but below Rengoku. Alright, y'all, don't get too mad, alright? Don't pull out the 9. I understand this sword does the most damage, but I feel like Shisui is just a better version of this. Cause for someone who's been PvPing for a while now, this sword is really predictable. Like, what, you just stun them? Always, you have to always start with the triple slash and the deadly rush. This sword, both abilities can be Kentrick. The only way you can use this sword without people being able to dodge it is if you have Kabucha. And you push them away with your X move, and then you follow it with your XZ. That's like the only way you could ever hit someone with full damage and they can't dodge it. For Sati, I'm gonna put it in C tier. I do like what they did with the new Z move, but the only downside is that it knocks them up. Like if it knocked them straight ahead, I think it would be a lot better. Next is Shisui. You could call this biased, but I'm gonna put it above Rengoku. I think this sword is going to be the top place in A tier. Like the only thing keeping this sword from being S tier is that it's pretty hard to use, and you do need better ping. Like this sword has like no end lag at all, and it also has like a small stun with the Z move. Soul Cane. I will be putting this sword in C tier. Only gun mains use this sword. Even as a gun main, like I feel like Gravity Cane is probably better. Nah. Okay, Spiky Trident. We'll put it. Yeah, okay, I'll put it in A tier below Rengoku. Spiky Trident, like I honestly don't see people use it at all anymore. I only see like Do users or Dragon users use this sword. But the damage is not bad at all. Like I'm about to blow. 9,000 damage from 300 masteries. That's pretty good. So yeah, I'm comfortable with putting it in like towards middle A tier. Now for True Triple Katana, before I would put it in like B tier, like mid B tier, but now it's all the way up. I will put it above Midnight Blade. I think it does more damage now, but it is the main reason why this sword is S tier now. The Z move. Sing, sing, sing! You see that? You see how it stuns the enemy? If you guys remember the old Z, all you do is just dash through them, and this dash is terrible. This dash right here is, I love it. And the damage is 12,000 with the little zaps at the bottom. And if you guys remember what I said earlier, that there's a better sword for control fruit, yes, it is true triple katana. Alright, Tushita, I'll put it above. Actually, I'll put it below. I'll put it below Pole. Like, this sword is really only good with electric claw, but it's really easy to use and the damage is crazy. Actually, I'll put it in high B tier. I'll put it in high B tier. Okay, so for twin hooks, I will also put it in B tier, mid B tier, high B tier. This one might be a little controversial as well. If you guys think this sword deserves like a higher ranking, put it in the comments down below and explain to me why. Okay, Wando, I'm going to have to put it in B tier as well. I might just even put it behind Buddy sword. I see more buddies in Cavender than Wando. Alright, Yama will be at the top of C tier. To be completely honest, like, it's really only good for fruit mains, and more specifically like ice mains or shadow mains. Alright, Strike Trident, don't be mad at me guys, but I'll put it above. Actually, I will put it in low S tier, the bottom of S tier. I've been seeing a lot of people using this sword, and it's really annoying. It's actually hecka annoying. Like, you can always just throw this out and like it breaks Ken. Like, so yeah, just based off of popularity alone, I will put it in low S tier. And then we have True Triple Katana. It is going to go all the way at the top of S tier because I want one. So Andra or Zeolis or Uzoff or the Redhead King, which is my game 43, please give this sword to me. I will do a face reveal and everything. I will show that I'm on my knees begging for it. No, but then in all seriousness, I'm gonna put it in lowest piss tier. Like, you can't get this sword at all. Like, it's impossible to get this sword unless you win it from like a giveaway or like a PvP tournament. No, but what I said earlier is actually facts. Please give this sword to me. I will greatly appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much. Alright, and that'll be it for the video. Like and subscribe. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. I will be doing a $100 giveaway worth of Blox fruit stuff. I mean, if you guys get a leopard, I think $100 only give you like 10,000 Robux. So I can only give 3 leopards. But then anything lower than that, you could probably go for like, I could probably get like 5 people or like 4 at least. So yeah, subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers and you might just win a permanent fruit of your choice. If you don't want a permanent fruit, you have all permanent fruits already. I will also give like game passes as well. So yeah, let's get to 1K subscribers. If there's anything that you disagree with in this tier list, put it down below in the comments. Explain your reasoning. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, y'all.